Hey everybody, we're back with it's the first time we've ever done this. We're going to call it roundtable type podcast. Have Hanson, Nick Johnston, and we're going to talk today about spring hunting opportunities. We were going to start at 8:00 this morning. We've been talking for 50 minutes about spring hunting opportunities. Had a funny conversation about rattlesnakes. I'm like, why aren't we recording right now?
Well, Corey, thanks for the good idea to do a podcast. We always just need an excuse and we need to do more of it. But we wanted to hop on today and talk about some spring hunting opportunities. There's some new blog posts on the website, some newsletters and things that are going out here this week to touch on spring hunting. And so what better opportunity to do a podcast? Nick and Corey and I each have some things we're going to touch on. To start with, I was going to touch on spring bear hunting opportunities internationally and domestically for brown and grizzly bear, as well as spring muskox in Nunavut. And I've had the opportunity to do a few of those hunts over the last few years. In 2025, I was able to go do the Kamchatka, Russia brown bear hunt, which was hands down the number one hunt of my lifetime so far. We still haven't done a podcast on that. We're just so busy, and there's so much detail to cover on that one hunt. We're kind of saving it like a fine bottle of bourbon or something. But that was just an incredible hunt, the best value for trophy brown bear in the world, hands down. And that's a big
Kyle. I'm
big
looking at your
there.
I'm looking at your picture here of you with a huge smile and a giant brown bear paw right next to your head.
Yeah,
it's such a sweet shot. I might save that for like my screensaver.
There you go. It'll be me saying hi.
And pretty epic.
That's the one with the ocean in the background, right?
Yeah.
So you want to hear something crazy? That was the smallest brown bear I killed for that week. By almost 10 inches squared.
Wow.
That was an upper 9-foot bear.
Wow.
Yeah, that bear squared almost 9'10". That was a day one, first morning, first day bear, and second bear of the trip for our group of 3.
That's just
and it wasn't even noon yet. Yeah, just the Disneyland of giant brown bear hunting. Like I said, we got to save that one for a podcast all on its own, because Russia was incredible. It's not what people think it is. It's just an incredible hunting opportunity. There's a lot of value to it. You can take 2 brown bears for the cost of 1 in North America. It's safe. The logistics were amazing. Trophy quality is off the chain. And the value is there, and getting animals home was easy. I actually have my brown bears in a crate in my garage right now, tanned with boiled skulls, ready to mount already, less than 6 months later. So, piece of cake.
Wow.
Also internationally, so we're going to save Russia for another time, but call me if you ever want to talk about it, guys, because we are going to do a podcast on that someday, probably soon. Corey, let's do that like next week.
Sounds good.
Instead of just dangling teasers out there about it. But other international bear hunting opportunities, and one that kind of goes overlooked, Croatia brown bear hunting. You can actually do that spring or fall. Spring is a little bit more conducive for a bigger bear because they're emerging from the dens, they're a little hungrier. They just seem to come to a bait a little bit better, and it is a baited bear hunt. And that one's extremely value-minded. You can go take a trophy brown bear, door-to-door travel everything under like $15,000, $12,000 sometimes, and bring a non-hunting guest. You can go do other hunts like mouflon at the same time. You don't do any of the other horned species because it's northern hemisphere and it's spring, so like fallow deer won't have their antlers yet, for example. But
I think you can
that's
hunt
a great
chamois.
hunt.
I think you can hunt chamois in the spring.
Yep. And is it chamois or chamois?
I don't know. I've heard both. I think fancy people, I think if you put your pinky in the air with your wine, you can say chamois. But me and my
if you're
flannel,
drinking.
I say chamois.
Yeah, it depends if you're drinking bourbon or wine when you say it. Let's say
exactly.
Yeah. If you're an American, it's chamois. All right. It's not deer tail.
America.
Yeah, Yeah, Jack Daniels versus Weller, put it that way.
On that
So, yeah.
Croatia bear hunt, we've sent a bunch of people there, and I think we've had 100% success.
We've
And
had
they've been big
100%
bears too.
opportunity. Yeah,
Opportunity.
100%
Okay.
opportunity. And, being honest, 100% opportunity, kill, or wound. And so I've
That's
not
right.
had a hunter either not kill a bear or not wound one. Unfortunately, I have had a hunter lose a bear. They did everything they could to recover it. They brought hounds, they did all of that, but it was just one of those like low shots, grazing shots on a bear where bears are just weird animals where their vitals are at, and it's just bad hit. So he's actually going back again for a little bit of a revenge hunt this spring. He'll be there here in a few weeks. So
Good.
That'll be cool. But our partner over there is awesome. I think Charlie's actually working on some hosted opportunities over there for some fall stuff. Ungulate, antlered, goat, sheep stuff. Is that right, Charlie?
Charlie's having connection problems. Can you hear us, Charlie?
That's all right.
He just went away again.
No.
He is. So Charlie's working on some stuff for the fall there. We also do book for the fall Croatia hunts there too. The fallow, the chamois, the mouflon. That's been really popular. Although the mouflon is pretty extreme. It's definitely a gentleman hunt from nice accommodation and affordable, and something you could bring your wife on, and you guys can go do touring paired with some hunting and stuff. But the hunting itself is actually pretty darn rugged for the mouflon. It takes place in really rocky, arid country, and I think it's even like sharp, abrasive lava rock too. All the hunters that I've sent on that mouflon hunt come back and say my boots are just ruined because the rock is just so abrasive there. So something to note there. Definitely don't underestimate the mouflon. But I mean the other hunts for like the fallow and stuff like that, those are a little bit more mild hunts. They take place on private islands, and they're just super cool hunts, but great value hunts there. And then jumping continents, the other hunt I wanted to mention for spring that I actually just talked to our partner the other day, spring muskox. I think muskox is one of the species in the world that is often overlooked. You can hunt them in Nunavut, Canada, Northwest Territories of Canada, as well as Greenland. And I think it was 2022. It was the first year post-COVID where they had just opened the native territories back up in northern Canada, in Nunavut Territory. I was fortunate to go up there myself and hunt a muskox with a bow. And it was a wonderful experience. I loved the community there. As far as muskox hunts go for spring, in my mind, I think the Nunavut, Canada hunt is the spring muskox hunt. It's the native traditional experience, the snow machine, the Komutik sled, the cultural experience, all of it. And the hunting's fantastic. As long as weather doesn't mess you up, if you don't get stuck in a blizzard for a week, you're going to have opportunities at trophy bulls. And I know that the outfitter doesn't really like admitting it, but most of his bulls end up making Boone and Crockett because they're the larger barren ground subspecies of muskox. Like my muskox, I took him on the first day. He was a great bull, but he wasn't an old bull. He was a mature bull in his prime, but he wasn't an old bull. And I think he scored 1 or 2 inches over Boone and Crockett. Just a gorgeous bull. And I got him with my bow. One shot, heart shot, like 42 yards. He walked 10 feet, tipped over. It was just epic. And I got to shoot him wearing the marshmallow suit. So it is negative 40 degrees with a 20-mile-an-hour wind. And yeah, it's just super cool experience. My guide was amazing. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about that hunt. Every time I tell somebody about it, I kind of relive the experience and just, skinning a muskox on 12 foot of sea ice with a native guide named Uki Makpa telling me a story how he guided the president of Coca-Cola the week before. Oops. And, and God, it was just so cool. And the native community was so cool. I mean, the hunts there, the muskox hunts, they're so successful that it's a big cultural experience with the hunt involved and a beautiful trophy. myself and my hunting companion, we went out, got 2 nice bulls in one day, both made Boone and Crockett, came back, and there was a big blizzard coming in a few days later, so they bumped our flights to get out of the community before we got snowed in. So we left 2 days early. But in the meantime, we hung out with the guides, helped them flesh out the muskox capes. We flew them home with us. In hindsight, I would have them done in Canada. It's way cheaper. Very expensive luggage getting back, but you can bring them back. I just learned a lesson there. I'd rather just have it done in Canada. They have a really good logistical program there. But yeah, like,
how is that process, Kyle, as far as getting your stuff back?
pretty easy. So you can bring it home with you as checked luggage in like a big waterproof duffel. Just has to not leak, and also preferably be frozen to start. It'll be thawed probably by the time it gets back. You have to have the permits issued before you leave, which that's just, if you have enough time, it takes like 10 minutes at the Game and Fish office in the native community. It's no big deal. But my preferred method and how I advise our clients going forward is just have them expedite to the taxidermist. I think they use advanced taxidermy in Ontario, Canada. And the reason I say that is because you fly Delta up there, and Delta's checked bag policies are kind of obscenely expensive. So all said and done, getting my skull and cape back with 2 extra pieces of checked luggage and 40 pounds or less meat ended up costing me $800. And then the US tanning bill on a muskox was like $1,600-$1,700 for the full body hide. Well, you do the math. I'm 2,500 plus into a Euro mount and a tanned hide. Well, for, I think at the time, Advanced Taxidermy would do a pedestal style shoulder mount for me with all shipping, tanning, taxidermy, form, mount, everything ready to crate and ship for $2,500. So for $2,500, I would have had a pedestal mount muskox up until that point. Obviously, they have to ship it to me. There's that. But that's why I say just have it done up there. Advanced Taxidermy mounts more muskox than any other taxidermy studio in the world. So, and they have their own proprietary forms. They tan in-house. They just do a fantastic job. They're premier for muskox mounts and other Arctic wildlife, Canadian wildlife. It's just what they specialize in. And they do a lot of like African safari work, stuff like that. But they're top notch. So they come to all the US shows too. So if you ever want to meet them, yeah, they're legit. But to summarize that, yeah, it just would have been a lot better value if I'd had it done up there.
Yeah, man, I've got to say that an offset shoulder spring muskox mount is a beautiful thing, in my opinion.
That's what I want to get done. I still haven't had mine mounted yet, because here's another thing too. My muskox hide, after I had it full body tanned out, I look at it and I'm like, I can't cut this thing in half.
Right.
I can't do it.
I can
so
see
I'm
that.
I'm keeping it as a Euro now. One, so I don't have to go spend a US $3,000 to $4,000 on a mount. That's not even a full body.
Right.
But two, it's a huge throw. You can put over a couch or stairwell or something, and a really, really cool European mount. But if I ever went again, I would 100% just have it done up there, do that mount like you just mentioned, Corey, and do like pedestal quarter turn style mount. They're just breathtaking.
They sure are, man. I was surprised how beautiful that is. A buddy of mine in Alaska has one, and it's just, man, it's just gorgeous.
Yeah, and I'll have to send you a picture sometime. Advanced Taxidermy, they have their own proprietary forms made, and that's one of the forms that they make is that that quarter turn. But they also have a bunch of different proprietary full body forms they use. Yeah,
cool. Well,
super
that's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah, that's really good, Kyle. I'm glad. I mean, just the fact that you've been there, done that, like I feel like that's one of the most important things to know, logistically, is getting that stuff back. I feel like that's like one of the biggest concerns for, people from the lower 48 going all the way to Nunavut to do a hunt like that.
Yeah, it's no big deal. I mean, just the guides and the in-community operators, post-season, they'll ship everything back. I mean, keep in mind, it's it's literally -20 to -40 in March and April up there in the native communities in the Arctic. So they flesh it, roll it up, freeze it pretty much instantly. It stays packaged until it's time to ship. Post-season, they ship the client's trophies down to advanced taxidermy. Just like if you've ever worked through Wildlife Gallery or any other in-country expediter or something, it just transfers possession from the outfitter to the taxidermist. They call you, what are we doing with this? You tell them what you want. It's that simple. And then they crate it, get the import permit, ship it. If your taxidermist is licensed to receive trophies, they can from Canada, or it goes through an import broker. Extremely simple process. So
cool. Yeah.
What else is international? I think Argentina.
Yeah. Oh, the spring stag hunts. We can't forget the spring stag hunts. We've got Argentina and New Zealand are the premier destinations for spring stag. And the reason that it's spring versus fall is because it's southern hemisphere and the seasons are split. So their March, early April timeframe is like our September, early October timeframe as far as seasons. And that's also when the stag are in the roar. So we do actually have availability in Argentina right now. I think if we do have availability in New Zealand, it's going to be very, very slim. When I talked to our partner over there last, he was nearly booked out or hanging on to a couple spots for show season. And I think we're going to open some newsletter ads next week or so for Argentina to advertise. So if somebody wants to do free range or trophy estate stag in Argentina this year, we do have openings with some of our premier outfitters.
And when we're talking free range, we're talking on the free range side of things, we're talking true free range, right, Kyle?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true range, trophy, red stag, true free range, born in the wild, free range, low fence. It is private land hunting, though.
It's no joke. When my wife and I went last year, and they weren't roaring very well, and it was like a quiet September day, and except it was flat in like Russian olive brushy country, and you're just still hunting through it. They're wily.
They are. I think it's because the puma density is so high there.
Yeah.
I mean, I tell because I go down there and host the lodge every other year, and you did this year too. This last year, we did kind of tag team that one, and I helped guide it a little bit too this last year. And I told my hunters, my clients, we have to hunt them like a puma. Just imagine that. You have to be whisper quiet. They're not always going to be talking because there's natural predators in the area. You can't wear loud clothes. No plastic rain gear, gaiters, backpacks, water bottles, keys hanging off, nothing. The only thing you need is your weapon in your hand because you're only gone for 2 to 3 hours at a time, maybe 4 hours tops. Leave your water bottle in the truck. You just go hike a couple miles around and, you're just hunting these sections at a time. And the quieter you can be, the better off you are. Get the wind in your face, be whisper quiet like a puma stalking through the cover, and that's how you get them. So,
Did you end up killing a puma down there, Kyle?
I did 2 years ago. I killed a puma, a red stag, and a black buck for myself down there 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's cool. The black buck
the other opportunities down there, puma, black buck too.
The black buck don't get the attention they deserve. They're fun.
Oh, black buck are like my favorite down there. Basically, it's like pronghorn antelope up here, but just on crack.
Yeah,
there's so many of them. They're so pretty and so fun to hunt.
Yeah, I could have done that every day and been tickled pink.
Yeah, definitely a rifle hunt. The black buck is definitely a rifle hunt.
Though, I think that I saw some water holes that they were around. I think you could set a blind on water.
Yeah,
I think
it can be done. Absolutely. I think it would just have to be dialed in a little bit because their normal style of hunting of like, drive glass stock, it's, you'd kind of have to request it ahead of time. You wouldn't be
I
able to say,
agree.
hey, let's just go do this today, because it'll take more pre-planning. They'll want to go set a blind for you, maybe get some trail cameras out, stuff like that. And I'm sure he'll do it for us. But
Yeah, Ty, my buddy
yeah,
Ty wants to do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be like pronghorn antelope hunting on a water hole, but take a pronghorn antelope kill zone and take it from like 12 inches down to like 4.
Yeah,
They're so
tiny.
small.
They're teeny tiny, but yeah, humongous. They're big bucks down there.
Yeah, there are some big ones down there.
Yeah.
I'll have mine back soon.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I'll have mine too. We talked about that the other day.
Yep. Yeah, the with all the US government shutdowns, the taxidermy is moving a little bit slower this year.
Yeah.
Because it's so funny because it's like the two countries kind of zig when each other zags, where the Argentina government and the country itself has this long holiday in December and January, and then leading up to that point, we had our US government shutdown. So now that our government is quote unquote back open, now that Argentina is basically on vacation for 2 months. So export permits are not moving very fast.
I didn't realize they had that vacation.
Oh yeah. Talk about bankers' awesome holidays, man.
Yeah. All right. So is that well, we have Africa. You can hunt Africa in the spring. I think I'm the only one that's been there. If you haven't been to Africa, you should go. It's incredible. We have some really good Cape Buffalo stuff, really good plains game. Depends on the experience you want. You want to go to Mozambique and have a free range, truly wild tented safari like in the old days, Teddy Roosevelt style. We have that in Mozambique. That would be for Cape Buffalo, hippo, croc, a few limited games, plains game species. I think there's sable, a subspecies of sable, Livingston eland, some of the tiny 10 species. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. And then, of course, South Africa. If it's your first trip to Africa, you should go to South Africa. It's an amazing lodge, amazing food. It's like Disneyland. It's super fun. You hunt as hard as you want. I hunted super hard every single day. Sat in a leopard blind all night. Was exhausted. A terrible leopard hunter. I'm the worst because I've been hunting all day. I just can't stay awake and I'm snoring. The pH is hitting me. And anyway, but a lot of fun. Africa is just, I don't even know how to explain it. I wish I could download Africa from my brain and just give it to people, because nobody really wants to go until they get old, and I really think they're missing out.
Yeah.
And
Corey,
maybe
what would you say? Oh, sorry.
What's that? No, go for it.
Let's say, what was your favorite thing you've hunted in Africa so far? Because you've been multiple times.
I have, yeah. I haven't killed a Cape buffalo, but I've gone along on 2 buffalo hunts. They're really cool. I filmed an archery buffalo hunt that got exciting. He was walking by. We'd hunted him all week long, this big bull, and just couldn't get into bow range. And finally, we saw him coming down the trail. These like a bachelor herd. I think he had 3 bulls with him, and they're coming down a trail, and we kind of ambushed them, got in front of them and ambushed them. We're sitting there on our knees with no cover, just this tall grass, death in the tall grass. And they're walking by, and it like 10 yards, probably, maybe a little less. I'm videoing it. So I'm just over his shoulder, and he gut shoots him right in the guts. And this thing spins around. It doesn't see us. It spins around. It's looking, and the hunter's grabbing another arrow and shoots him and zings him good. And he runs like right past me, and I really couldn't tell. I just trusted Botus, the PH. He'll shoot him if I'm in trouble. I'm just gonna stay on him. And like, just right there. And Botus is like, "You are an idiot." I can't believe you just stood there.
I'd be dropping that camera, Corey.
Yeah, but that was fun. Buffalo are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I was with another hunter, archery hunting, who didn't listen to his pH and took his elk setup and not heavy enough arrows. Just the whole hunt talking about how he's going to show these guys that that's ridiculous, that they need these huge setups. And he shoots a cow, hit her perfect right in the ribs. That arrow went in like that far. Just no penetration at all, none. And so they're big, heavy, dangerous animal. That was a fiasco too. She charged like 5 times before we got her killed. Anyway, I would say Cape Buffalo are probably my favorite. I hunted one kudu bull, a specific kudu bull. I hunted him for 10 days, sat in a blind every single day, and finally killed him the day right before we had to leave to go get on the airplane. They're a lot like hunting elk. Really cool, just regal. They act like a big bull. Nick, you'll be able to appreciate this. A big bull just working his harem, and they stick their head back and just kind of work their cows around like an elk does. Kudu are cool, and really, the cows are really wild. The bulls, when they're rutting, are just like an elk. They're got their head in something else. But there was one specific cow that just took me 10 days because of her. That bitch. But anyway, I got him. Kudu are fun. Impala are fun. Baboons are a blast. Hunting baboons is so fun. It's just the whole thing. And the stuff that you think you've never even thought of or heard of a red hartebeest before, but then you see them in pictures and you're like, man, they're kind of ugly. But then you see them in person, and it's like, whoa, those things are awesome. So awesome. Yeah. I want to go hunt those. I want to hunt eland. I haven't been impressed by eland at all in pictures, but once you go there, you just get a whole new appreciation. Zebra are super fun to bow hunt. Way fun. They're invisible.
I was going to say, Corey, I see that zebra right behind you, buddy.
Yep. That's actually my son's. But yeah, nice. Zebra are a lot of fun to hunt. Also a lot like elk hunting. They're up in the mountains. I hunted giraffe with my bow, which was way hard. It's super hard just because they can see you coming from so far. And I don't know. I can't stress enough that you should go to Africa. The problem that we have with Africa is we have amazing pH. A couple of them, just amazing trips. Now, if you go, there's a ton of inventory, there's a ton of options, there's a ton of outfitters, and they're all pretty good. But there's a few that are not good at all. Ours is very, very, very good. If you price shop, you're probably going to be able to beat his prices, but not by much. And I can guarantee, it's the only hunt that I feel like I can guarantee you're going to go there and have an amazing time. Super successful. You're going to take your wife, your kids, your girlfriend, whatever, and she's going to have a good time, whether she's a hunter or not. It's a slam dunk every single time. No questions asked. So anyway, I love Africa. I'd go every year if I could. I'd spend July there every year.
That's awesome. I want to go. Before you started telling me about Africa, I think this is a really good thing to point out. If people haven't been to Africa yet, especially myself as a younger man in my late 30s, I have it in my head, I can go to Africa when I'm older. Well, you and several other of my clients that I've spoken with in the past have said, don't wait.
Right.
Africa is worth going at any age, and especially when you're younger, because if I waited until I was 60, 65, 70 years old to go, I'd probably go and say, damn, I wish I went when I was 35. So that way I could see all of it, because you could go to Africa 10 times and not see it all, and that's how I feel about like Alaska. Mm-hmm. And like when I took my dad to Alaska the first time, his only regret at the end of it was, I just wish I'd started going sooner. And I think it's the same way with a place like Africa. There's so many different countries to experience, different species, different ways to hunt, archery, rifle, multiple countries, all of it. And just the whole experience is amazing.
And for me, as you definitely can go when you're older, you for sure. Africa's a great place to go when you're older, but
just don't sleep on it.
Right, because going when you're young and when you can go hard, and with our guy, he'll let you get out there and go as hard as you want and hunt the way you want and do spot and stocks with your bow, just extreme. Go spot and stocks, go camp out in these little huts they have out and hunt for eland up in the high country for 3 days. The stuff that you're really not going to be able to do when you're older. You're going to miss out on the best of Africa by waiting.
For sure.
So anyway, that's my soapbox. I wish more people were interested in it.
Yeah, I'm interested. It's a big world out there. I want to see it all, and just got to work my way over to it. And Africa is also one of those things for me. It's like, I don't want to start duck hunting because what if I like it?
Right.
What if I go to Africa and I'm like, oh dang, I don't want to go chase stag anymore, or giant brown bears, or
You're still going to want to do all that.
Yeah, it's just like, oh god, I don't need another hobby.
Yeah, I know.
The list is too big, but I will go to it probably in the next couple of years, and I'll start with South Africa.
With Africa is you're going to take your girlfriend, and then she's going to want to go every year. That's the problem I have. Is Tara can't wait to go back.
That'd be all right.
Which is good. Yeah, that's a good thing. But
heck yeah.
Anyway, that's kind of international, right, for spring stuff?
Yeah, we talked about international bear hunting opportunities, international red stag hunting opportunities, Africa as a whole. That's easy for us to kind of transition into North American spring hunting opportunities.
I have something to add.
Sure.
Hungary, driven hunts in Hungary are spring.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there are spring hunting opportunities in Hungary actually, and we're expanding our Hungary operations right now, as you guys probably have noticed. Winter and spring, there's some great opportunities. Springtime specifically, it's April into May is the best time for roebucks, and roebucks is one of the more budget-minded species to hunt in Europe, where you can go to a roebuck hunt where you can shoot 3 bucks in 3 days for around 3,000, 3,500 per hunter, staying in like world-class accommodations, historic hunting lodges, castles. It's pretty incredible what you can do for the US dollar over there. You can do 4 buck hunts, 5 buck hunts. We have tons of package options. And they really like hunting them during that April-May timeframe because there's less cover. And they're such a small deer, they're hard to see. And then the next best time to hunt them is, I believe, at the very end of July and beginning of August, because that's peak rut, and you can actually call them. Where you're calling them out of the brush, and it's very exciting because they'll just run in, basically. And then also over the winter time and into the spring, it's a really good time for boar hunting. During the winter time, like December, January, and even into February is when they do the driven wild boar hunts, the high volume duck and pheasant shoots, those types of hunts. And we're actually in discussion right now. We'll probably finalize it here in the next couple of weeks, doing a hosted outdoor international driven boar hunt for a group of 10 to 15 hunters. And just for perspective, right now, my partner in Hungary, he's with a group right now, and they're doing, I think it's a 3 to 4 day package where it's pheasants one day, ducks the next day, and then 2 days of driven boar. Day 1, they shot 570 pheasants. Day 2, they shot over 300 ducks. And on the 3rd day, which would have been yesterday when I spoke to them, they shot, I think, 67 to 69 boars that day. And I was just mind-blowing hearing the stories. I said, man, that's incredible. And he just goes, should have been better. Too many misses.
Oh, man, count me in. I am in.
Yeah, I think Corey's going to lead that one. I think what Corey and I should do on that one is set it up for Corey and I to host. And if we end up getting enough interest, we'll do 2 weeks back to back, and Corey will do one, I'll do the next, and we'll do a combination of like pheasant and driven wild boar. And those are super affordable hunts too. Those do take place out of.
You should film me, and I should film you. Your group,
absolutely.
And I film each other's groups. That'd be
totally
cool.
That would be a really good hunt to film and bring a videographer on, or wear a GoPro. Because imagine like 50 Eurasian boars on a string, all in the mail through the woods, and you're you're the shooter, and they've got they call them beaters, but the pushers, like when they do drives, they call them beaters, the guides pushing the boars through the timber, they call them beaters. You'll be the postman, the shooter. Could you imagine wearing a GoPro on that, seeing a string of 50 boars coming at you?
Be crazy, man.
Oh my God. Yeah. I've seen videos of it before, and it's just like, oh my God. But they have some big boars.
Yeah, sign me up too, man. I want to do that.
It sounds awesome, doesn't it?
It'd just be a blast. And then it's also a fine experience where you're staying in like, historic hunting lodges, castles, having chef prepared meals 3 times a day, local wines.
Yeah, all hoity-toity, but then just pure fun.
Oh, just incredibly thrilling.
I think a big draw to me is just kind of like the history and just the way that you're hunting those driven hunts is so historic. I mean, they've been doing that for so long. To be a part of that and seeing just that entirely different hunting type of culture,
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
To experience that would be very cool. I agree.
Yeah, and it's mind-blowing talking to the Hungarian partner about it, because when he tells me 500 plus birds in a day, 50 to 100 boars, and I'm just mind blown. And that's, mind you, it is groups of 7 to 10, 10 to 15. I mean, they're big groups. It's a big operation, and it's not like they're hitting the same estate every week. Week after week, they do one estate, and that's it. They can only do it once a year. But for perspective, like that compared to U.S. hunting is mind blowing. Well, then you talk to him, and he says, "Oh, just you should hear the stories of 100 years ago, where we do 500 boar in a day and 1,000 pheasant in a day." And I'm just like, what?
It's crazy.
How does that sound compared to South Dakota, Corey?
Compared to South Dakota,
didn't you just hunt in South Dakota?
I hunted North Dakota.
Or North Dakota, sorry.
Yeah, they were late birds. I was super happy with it. We were able to scrounge up a limit one day, 3 birds. And then I killed one the day before and missed a ton. But late season, I was pretty happy with that. But that's nothing close to Hungary.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. Yeah. And
yep.
So I don't know if you can hear my dog drinking over there. He's going to drink that whole bowl of water. He always does.
I can't hear him.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Oh, buddy, firsty. But yeah, it's pretty incredible, because I remember when I was a kid hunting at my grandpa's farm in Solon, Iowa. Like my entire winter break, I'd go walk his 380 acre farm and have like 2 opportunities in 5 days at pheasant. And
and have a ball.
I just absolute ball, Oh, I saw a hen today. See any roosters? Nope, not today, but I think I'm going to walk this section over here. And, once a day, once every other day, I'd have an opportunity at a rooster. It took me a year to kill my first bird. Now, compare that to the next step up, like northwestern Iowa, Nebraska, South and North Dakota. That sounds like the Mecca. Well, oh my gosh, Hungary. Could you just imagine having opportunity at 500 birds a day, let alone that's how many they killed?
No.
That doesn't include the misses.
Right.
And it's just
game way more. If they killed 500, they missed 2,000. I bet.
I mean, that's just crazy. Like one thing you're talking about, like that many type of doves, that's one thing, but like these are pheasants.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It sure is.
It's game management. When you have private estates, which on our Hungary podcast, we talked about the difference of a Hungarian estate versus like a North American estate. When I say estate in Hungary, that means it's a private lease, not high fence. The estates are just managed that much differently. And the the supplementation, the feed, the game management, just everything. It's just completely different. So
yeah, very cool.
So yeah, pretty cool opportunities. But winter and spring, Hungary is a good option. Winter, more so for the driven type stuff and the high volume shooting. And that's more of like the traditional European type experience. The spring and summer for the roebuck, and then that transitions into the fall hunting for red stag and fallow.
Okay. All right. Well, let's switch on over to North America.
North American spring hunting opportunities. Nick, I think you were going to talk about some of our turkey hunting opportunities, weren't you?
Yeah, I think that was more Charlie's deal, but I can certainly do it. And, moving over to the lower 48, I mean, yeah, we're talking about all these like international hunts and, moving over to the lower 48 where, there are some, there's some great opportunities, at a budget. I mean, comparably speaking, like, a stag hunt in New Zealand or, South America is comparable to like an elk hunt in the United States. But you're getting a lot more for it. Moving over to like the lower 48, I mean, you can go just about anywhere and hunt hogs on a reasonable budget. We have opportunities in Texas and even California. California is the hunt that I'm super interested in. Kyle, I know you did this. It was like true spot and stock, like trophy style hogs.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit not as much budget minded is the heli hunting type of stuff, which oh God, I mean, I've never done personally, but that's one for me that God, I would love to do. Perfect for like a group, that type of stuff. Maybe one day we'll get there. I think Corey, have you been there on that?
Not on a heli hunt. No.
Okay.
No. I'd like to though. That would be fun for sure.
Well, I'm looking at a picture of you here with a hog with your bow. That must be just somewhere in Texas.
Yeah. Actually, that was in Utah. Oh. That was a long time ago in Utah.
Okay. Yep. Well, see, there you go. I mean, multiple opportunities. I mean, you can kill hogs in Utah. You can kill them in Texas, California, pretty much anywhere. As far as like turkeys go, multiple species. Charlie, our partner, I think he's had a little bit of some technical difficulties.
He's had some technical difficulties.
Seen him in a while. He's got a line on. He's a Florida guy. So when you talk Florida, you talk turkey, Osceola. Honestly, I don't know a heck of a lot about his hunts down there.
I do have an email that he sent me for the newsletter. I could kind of do my best to summarize it. I'll just read what he said. Experience the ultimate Florida turkey hunt and fishing adventure with our all-inclusive Osceola turkey hunt and inshore flats fishing combination trip. Chase Florida's prized Osceola gobblers for 2 days, then hit a day on the flats for redfish and trout with experienced local guides. This turnkey experience includes all meals, lodging, professional guiding, airport pickup and drop-off, alcohol, and all transportation. Just bring your gear and enjoy the adventure. We have 100 and 200 options. I'm assuming they're 1-on-1 and 2-on-1. 3 days, 4 nights, all inclusive. That's pretty much the gist of it. I am going to put that out with some new pictures in a newsletter probably today. So
didn't he mention something about there just being a very limited amount of space for that hunt?
6 spots. Yeah,
6 spots.
Yeah.
Which, from what I know about turkey hunting, Osceola seems to be the hardest one to get.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
Here's a chance and an opportunity where our own Charlie Ward he's running the show on this deal. I mean, he's picking folks up. If you go on this hunt, he's picking folks up. He's taking you all over the place, kind of as you like your local guide, and he's going to be there to take care of everybody.
Yep. Yeah, so, I don't think he is guiding it. He's just the concierge, I guess.
Concierge, right? Yeah. He can show you like historic points along the road as he's driving from one spot to the next, I guess.
Yep. It sounds cool. Florida's pretty nice. It's better than Idaho in March.
It's better in Montana too.
Yeah. So that's that one. Texas. You want to talk about Texas a little bit?
Yeah,
Nick?
Texas Rio, our partner down there, who we do a lot of different hunts with. Also the hog stuff. We've got lots of opportunities there. I've had the chance to send a few hunters on this hunt to Texas, and it's just a straight up good time. It's reasonably priced, really good lodging. Rio's everywhere, and I believe it's a 2-bird limit from what Charlie said.
Yep.
And I mean, I don't want to say like it's a layup, but I mean, it's just a dang good time.
Yeah, it's semi-guided. It's not fully guided.
Yeah, semi-guided. So, you're out there. I mean, your kind of ranch host is going to take you in, is going to show you your lodging, is going to take you out, kind of show you where to go for the most part. And then you're pretty much on your own, whether or not you want to, set up or sit in a blind and call or whatever you do. But super high opportunity on that one. Not much else to say besides Rio's super high opportunity, good lodging, good food, and great price.
Yeah, for sure. And you could add on a javelina. I think you can shoot hogs for free. Predators. There is a trophy fee on bobcats, but there's a ton of predators down in South Texas. Rattlesnakes. I went down and did a javelina rattlesnake hunt. I'm scared. We talked about this earlier before we started, and I'm scared to death of snakes. So's Nick. And I didn't think I was going to enjoy that, but killing rattlesnakes was pretty fun, I got to say. They're everywhere, and they're huge. They're super huge. And javelina are a lot of fun, too. The javelina are like the perfect archery species. They're just hard enough to be challenging, but you're going to be successful. They're just a lot of fun. They're just lots of fun.
Nice.
So yeah, Texas. I do enjoy Texas. It's a pretty cool place.
Nice. Yeah, there's so many opportunities in Texas. And I mean, even like turkeys as a category in and of itself. I mean, you have the Osceola in Florida, which is only in an isolated region. So it's kind of the coveted species. And you have the Eastern, the Rio, the Miriam, which are more widely spread. And then you have the Goulds, which is also kind of a coveted species where you have to draw for in Arizona or go to Mexico
Yeah, and we do have those.
We do have that option.
Yeah.
And turkeys isn't something we really hit too hard, but we do book quite a few turkey hunters a year. And so if somebody's looking to fill out their slam, or especially if, that'd be a great group trip, Drew, if a guy had a group of people that wanted to go turkey hunt. I mean, for less than a couple $1,000 a guy, usually you can go have a 3-4 day vacation, sometimes kill multiple birds, kind of a deer camp atmosphere, but spring turkey hunt camp atmosphere and lots of camaraderie. And whether it be a group trip or somebody trying to fill out their turkey slam, we could definitely help a guy out with that this year.
One really good opportunity that we have, I booked a same thing like you're talking, Kyle, a group of guys. They get together, every year, every spring, and they try to go somewhere and do something. We have a partner that operates in Nebraska and Kansas where I have hunters that are going here in a few months where you can hunt Rios and you can hunt Merriams as well. You're hunting both Nebraska and Kansas. So it's kind of it's like a round robin type of trip, and super fun, really cool opportunity. You do have to plan a little bit ahead on that because I believe Kansas, you do have to get a point to be able to get the tag for it.
That's right. They did go to that system. Yeah. I remember the first time I hunted Kansas, like 7 years ago for turkeys. It was an over the counter tag, but no. It was either over the counter or you just had to apply for it ahead of time, but it was a guaranteed draw, but you had to apply for it, but now it's a point. So yeah, I remember that a few years ago.
Yeah. Have either of you guys booked anybody in Hawaii for turkeys? I know Charlie's booked a bunch.
Yeah.
That's another one. That seems
Those
to
are
be
Rios.
Good too. Rios, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. That seems pretty popular. It seems pretty high opportunity too. And they plan it as a 2-day hunt where you hunt the first day and if you need it the second day. And normally guys knock out at least their first bird on the first day.
Yeah.
That's more
And
physically
then
demanding, I think, than most people think too.
Hawaii is. I've hunted Hawaii a few times now, and it's not what I expected. It's cool. It's a lot of fun. I've never hunted turkeys there, but it's kind of the type of spot you can hunt as hard as you want there too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a
And
good
then
one.
Oscillated down in southern Mexico.
Yep.
That's that too. I don't know that have we ever sent anybody down on an oscillated hunt?
I haven't personally, and I actually have some connections for that hunt, but it's one of those, because it is such a low volume special request type of hunt to set up, that I could set it up for a hunter by special request, but we haven't integrated into our system just because it's
right.
I mean, you get like one
We rarely
request
get the
every
request.
3-4 years, but it's there by special request if someone reaches out. But we're not doing high volume oscillated Yucatan Peninsula turkey hunts, right?
Right. Right,
So
exactly.
it's such an interesting species, one off.
Oh man. Yeah, they are weird. I wonder, do they sound like a regular turkey? I wonder.
I don't think so. I think they don't come into a call either, to my understanding. Is that right? Like
I don't know.
they don't gobble or something. There's something really unique about them. It goes
They
to show
look
how
like
much I
they
know
sound
about
different.
turkeys, right? Yeah, they look like they sound different. They
Yeah.
look more like a peacock than a turkey.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's turkeys, unless you guys have anything to add there.
Nope. Gobble gobble. So next up would be spring bear.
Yeah.
Spring black bear. There is nearly endless opportunities to hunt spring black bear in North America. If someone wants to do it more on a budget or does not want to go to Canada, we have options in Idaho. Those are really well-priced hunts, fully guided, 5-day hunts that are super reasonable. You can do them 1-on-1, 2-on-1, groups of 2 to 4, horseback, spot and stalk, baited. We've got a few options there. It's a really good hunt for the price. Charlie's done that hunt. I've hunted with that outfitter before as well. It's been really good. And then if somebody told me that they want the highest opportunity for the largest black bear, I'm going to go straight to Canada, though. Between Alberta, British Columbia, New Brunswick, Ontario. I mean, it's the mecca of black bear hunting. I mean, the best black bear hunting in North America is out of Canada. And British Columbia is the place to go for spot and stalk hunting. We have partners there. You can't bait in British Columbia. That's why spot and stalk. We have baited operations in Alberta, both modest accommodation to 5-star, average representative trophy to trophy class, New Brunswick as well, Saskatchewan even. So really there's endless opportunities. I think if somebody was a little overwhelmed by all the opportunities, you can just ask yourself a few questions. One, are you willing to go to Canada? What is your budget? Would you prefer baited or spot and stalk? And are you looking for a good bear or a high trophy class bear? Between those different questions, you can narrow it down to US versus Canada, a specific providence, a style of hunt, trophy class, and a budget that meets your requirements and expectations. And it seems like we always have good availability for it. Some of the outfitters, they're going to be booked up this time of year for this year, but it's a good time to start looking for next year too. So those make good hunts for a single hunter, a group hunt, trophy, representative, baited, spot and stalk, all of it. So we do quite a bit of those every year too.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Hound, if somebody wants to hunt with hounds, I think the only opportunity we have is Arizona, and that's in the fall. But didn't Rusty bring on a BC hound outfitter?
Yeah, we do have a BC hound outfitter for he focuses mostly on the cat species or mountain lions and lynx. And he's a darn good operation. He kills Boone and Crockett cats, and that's kind of his specialty. So if a guy wanted to do a mountain lion hunt in Canada, our BC operator there, he's a lot more expensive than a United States operator, that's for sure. And the reason to go to him and pay the extra would be to target a Boone and Crockett cat, because that's what the houndsman wants. His specialty is killing 160, 170 plus pound Boone and Crockett quality mature mountain lions. So that's kind of the mecca for that too. But if a guy wants a good trophy representative to upper trophy class mountain lion tom, Idaho, Colorado, Wyoming, they're all great options, as well as Arizona. Arizona is a really good option for dry ground hunting, and they do actually have good trophy class lions there too.
They do. They look a little different. They look more like a puma.
Yeah.
But they're mountain lions.
Yeah,
they're good.
And Arizona is kind of a sleeper for black bear too.
It sure
and the whole
is.
Southwest is a sleeper for black bear. I think the world record black bear still is held by Utah, isn't it? It was like a 23-inch skull black bear.
I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it was I think the reason behind it is the longer growing season. So, if they're not hibernating, and they have good food and they just grow all year, then there you go. I mean, same deal.
Makes
Why like another great place for black bear. I don't have any options there right now, but like Prince of Wales Island, Alaska, very mild weather, doesn't get super cold there, so the bears for the most part don't hibernate. And also that coastal high fat, high protein diet paired with not sleeping half the year, they get some pretty big skulls. So some of the biggest black bear in North America have come from POW.
Yeah, for
Vancouver, that's another one. I mean, really, coastal areas always produce a bigger skull, just food-wise.
We just picked up a new, it's a pretty small outfit, not very many spots, but there are some spots available for DIY Alaska black bear. On an island. Gary's working on it.
Nice.
I don't know enough about it to really speak for it yet, other than we do have the availability and we can get you in contact with the guy that knows about it.
That was something I wanted to mention too, Corey, like, a little more budget friendly. I mean, let's face it. I mean, if you're looking around these days, DIY black bear's huge. Especially in the lower 48, it's most of the tags that you're gonna find are over the counter. It provides an awesome hunt, and everybody's really into it. So something to mention too, like you did in Alaska. If you don't want to go all the way to Alaska, there are a lot of DIY opportunities, drop camp type style that we have in Idaho specifically, that have turned into be very good hunts for us.
Absolutely. Yeah. And like you said, that's more budget friendly. So yeah, we are all looking at budgets right now. At least
totally.
I
am. Yeah. And on the DIY front too, there's DIY vessel-based spring black bear hunts in Alaska as well, out of Southeast Alaska, Sitka, Homer area. We have multiple charter operators that do the fall deer hunts that can also do spring bear hunts. And those have been great for us too.
They have. Yep.
And actually, Kyle, the heaviest bear world record came from New Brunswick.
Oh, was it?
902 pounds.
Damn.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's a thick boy.
That's a fatty.
That's crazy. You hear about those kind of bears too from like East Coast United States, like Florida, North Carolina,
Pennsylvania,
and they're bears that don't hibernate and just live on ag and eat year round and become like morbid sumo wrestler obese. Not saying a sumo wrestler's obese, but you get it.
Yeah, that's why I'm so fat, is I just eat all year.
It's the peanuts. You're just sitting on a peanut farm, gorging yourself all day, huh?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about spring grizzly and brown bear?
Spring grizzly and brown bear in the United States. So that's going to be an Alaska hunt because you can't hunt grizzly bear in the lower 48 yet. Hopefully soon.
Yep.
The opportunities that we would have for spring grizzly in Alaska would be in northwestern Alaska. We do have a spot and stalk style spring grizzly hunt. It's a 10-day backpack hunt where it's a progressive style hunt where you fly into a base camp and then you either hunt from the fixed base camp or you go spike out and backpack from there. Just depends on what you're seeing, and if you want it to be a physically demanding, adventurous experience, or if you want to hunt from the main camp. They kill bears in both areas. That's a really neat hunt. It's kind of on the upper end of trophy grizzly bear hunts. It takes place in an area that's pretty close to where the new world record was shot last year. So if somebody was looking for a Boone and Crockett quality grizzly bear, that one's going to be at the top of my list, but it is going to be at the top end of the budget category for grizzly. And then for spring brown bear, there's brown bear hunts available in areas such as Kodiak Island, the Alaskan Peninsula, Southeast Alaska, and those areas. And again, we've touched on this before, the difference between grizzly and brown bear. Brown bear by classification is a coastal grizzly bear. Grizzly bear is an interior grizzly bear found north of the 62nd parallel line, northern and central interior Alaska. And so if somebody wants to hunt Kodiak, that's most likely going to be a draw hunt. So there has to be a little bit of pre-planning, either to purchase a leftover tag or put in for the draws by the December deadline. The Alaskan Peninsula has registration tags. However, it's an alternating season where even numbered years are spring seasons.
Spring. Yep.
Odd number years are fall seasons. We have areas for both spring and fall. 2026 is a spring season. And so if somebody wanted to try to get in this year on a premium brown bear hunt, we would be able to get that set up. Those take place in May, typically. I believe that season is May 10 through 25th, if I'm going off of memory. It's a spot and stalk hunt, physically demanding, but really, really good trophy potential on those hunts. And then Southeast Alaska, there's various areas with registration hunts that do produce really good bears too. Those are going to be on the premium end of hunts, just like the Peninsula and Kodiak. But ultimately, we have options if somebody wants to go brown bear hunting this year or grizzly bear.
I've got another option, Kyle, that I wanted to mention that I think is really cool, and it's worth mentioning because I believe it opens up an opportunity for a lot of folks that wouldn't otherwise be able to hunt grizzly bears. Like you mentioned, most of them are fly out. You stay in a camp. I don't know why, but recently I've talked to several guys that they want to hunt grizzly bears. Whether it's brown or grizzly bears, Arctic grizzly bears, but they absolutely refuse to want to stay in a camp. And there are guys like that out there. And, it is, those hunts are pretty physically demanding. We have a partner that operates out of Nome, Alaska, on a really cool hunt. Not only is it lodge based, but it's also based in the spring for spring opportunities starting April 15th. It's based off of snowmobile.
Nice.
So the particular outfitter can take all sorts of physical ability levels, unlike, let's say, a Kodiak hunt where, you're busting your butt. This one's relatively mild as far as, your physical capability goes, and, huge success. And he's dang near 100%, and it's very reasonably priced. Low impact, lodge based, and huge success, and they get some really, really good bears there.
Nice.
Awesome.
On those snow machine hunts, are they pulling the client in a sled, or does the client ride a snow machine?
The client's riding his own machine.
Okay, gotcha. That's cool. Yeah, I don't mind either personally.
Yeah.
The Nunavut hunts that I was talking about earlier are in like an enclosed sled that's pulled behind the snow machine called a komutik. It's so cold, you don't have an option other than that. Basically, like you don't want to be on a open enclosed sled. But like over in Russia, using snow machines, you're sitting on a open sled, but it's still it's not negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit. It's like 20 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit right there at that snow melt time period. So it's not bad riding out in the open. You don't get splashed either because it's not melting yet.
Right.
But I think riding on a snow machine would be a pretty cool experience too.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Very cool. And that's lodge based. So that, you're right. That is way different than pretty much anything else available.
It is. It really is, and it's a really cool hunt. I'm working on trying to get up there. I'm actually pretty close friends with the outfitter, and I'm working on trying to get up there. But he's got dates available for this spring, 2026, and we're taking. You can shoot wolverines while you're there as well.
And he's been in operation for a long, long time, right?
Long time, 25 years. Yep.
Yeah. Sweet. Very cool. All right, guys. Did we cover it?
I think that covers everything. Actually, just while we were talking, brainstormed more ideas than I had going into the conversation. So I'm glad we brought up all the other stuff with red stag, Africa, international, domestic, winter and spring, all the above. North America, Alaska, Canada, lower 48. Lots of opportunities out there. You could pretty much throw a dart at a calendar and say what's available this day of the year, and there's something to do. Either domestically or internationally.
Absolutely. The list is too long. I'm running out of time.
Yep. Better get after it. You should. Corey, you should live like you mean it.
I guess I should. I should.
Darn it.
You're right. I should take my own advice.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, if you don't have anything to add, I'm going to hang it up and get this newsletter out, get this published, and let's go hunting this spring.
Sounds good. Let's put a cork in it, and till next time.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.